Hello and welcome back to another Island 54 development stream. It has been a long time. So today I'm going to be spending some time really just working out what I was up to and we'll see where things go from there. I will just confirm that everything is live. Don't have my chat up on the screen, so you'll just need to bear with me just for a moment. I was worried I might have forgotten how to even stream, but it looks like I have streaming working, which is good. We appear to be live on both Twitch and YouTube. Although YouTube is very out of date or something. View of it is console is working, and it looks like YouTube is reasonably up to date as well. Something was timed out there. So, as I recall, I was working on the pub/sub mechanism. So I'll need to just kind of see where that was at. As I said, you will just need to bear with me a bit here. IntelliJ, I need IntelliJ. Install updates. All right. Start. Apologies for this. Hello to whoever that is that just joined over on YouTube and whoever it is on Twitch. Yes, I really can't remember what I was specifically what I was working on. I do believe there was a bit of a refactor in the way that the ticker service did its polling. Yes, I was, yeah, I recall now. I was working on making it so that the ticker service was able to be parallelized, because the issue at the moment is if there were 10,000 AIs, each instance of the ticker service enumerates each of those AI agents, and so we'd end up executing the AI multiple times. So rather than enumerating them, I wanted the ticker service to instead subscribe to a particular type of entity on a tick. I'm pretty sure that's where things were at. I guess the first question is, does everything still run? Because I've done operating system updates and all sorts of things since I was last streaming. It's not a great sign. All right. what I'll do is I'll just kind of follow through my code. This will be good for my own recollection, and I guess it will be good for anyone watching to just cover off exactly what it was that I was changing last time. So the ticker service, what does it do? Figures the queues. Got a feeling I left things in a pretty ugly state, which is never a good thing to do. So we configure 3 different things that we care about, and these are the filter criteria for them. What do we do with those? I am just going to check that I've got Copilot still. I did see a warning. Yeah, I've still got Copilot. Excellent. A warning that the trial was over, but I do pay for that now. So we try to configure the queues. I suspect it's in here that it's likely to be getting this failure. It's saying that the request timed out, which is probably something as simple as the entity client just not running yet. And I can't see any output at all. So I think what's going on here is I've just forgotten how I run things. I think that what I need to do is I need to actually run the container first. Run the entire Docker Compose service. Running. It looks like it. This has failed to come up. And it is failing in yeah, overt buff, not currently looking at any other tools at the moment, sorry. Okay. So reconfigure queues. So something that Griffith pointed out after my last stream, I think it was I shouldn't be using these anonymous function constants like this because it completely messes up the stack trace, and it kind of hides where errors are happening, which is a really good point. Process AI agents. Okay, so we are making it in here. I'm not understanding what I've done here. So the queue configuration, it sets up the actual query to run for each of the queues that we want to poll per tick. Now, this is the one that's of most interest to us. And it's the one that appears to be failing. You can see process AI agents obviously has something to do with this queue. So the first thing we do is we configure the queues and not my finest code. Let's get some breakpoints in. Can I do that? Can. Popped off the screen. It's a bit annoying. AI agent. Yeah, that's fine. That's just a string. Okay. What I don't understand is why process AI agents function, I'd say this is just badly named. Why is it subscribing to the queue? Surely it should be polling the queue. I remember now. This service is no longer responsible for choreographing the ticks themselves. So this function actually only runs once, I believe. That's correct. So when we configure the server, we come in and yeah, this should be some sort of a subscribe AI agents, I think would be a better name. And we've got this bigger queues. Which calls out to an endpoint. Presumably this is actually running, right? Let's go configure queues, get a breakpoint back in here, rerun the service. I just need to see what this is actually returning. All right, so response, what have we got? Oh yeah, it tells us the the queues that we configured, which happen to just be the same names, which is fine. And then we're just going to return that, but flattened. Okay, which is where we get this context from. Okay, this is making sense to me, other than the poor naming of these functions. So yes, here we have the queues. Let's rename these to be subscribe AI agents. Subscribe sounds and subscribe remote commands. That's all fine. So when we come in here, we then, the classic to do comment. I haven't written any of the code. No wonder it's not working. All right. So the entity client is the one that handles the subscriptions themselves. So let's go have a look at it. Clearly, we've not written this endpoint yet. Because, yeah, we're getting a timeout. Oh, no, here we go, 404, 404. I think I was getting a timeout, so I am going to, I should probably create a text file or something just to keep track of my stack of things I'm doing. Let's pull out the good old Blazon. Haven't used this in a while, and I believe that it has had some pretty big updates lately. Okay. Mental stack. I need to make sure that the ticker service is actually waiting for the entity service to come up, because I'm pretty sure I saw something time out before, which would suggest that's not the case. Implement queue subscription endpoint in entity service. Increase the size of this in case anyone is on mobile. What's that? In a bit. Okay. Entity service. Let's just kill this service for now. Then I'll find the entity service in here. controllers. I really hate Express. Just want to get this window for now. There we go. Where are my queue controllers? No, I need routes. Queues slash QID. Why is that slash entities? Oh, because he's at the top level. That's all fine. Use ID subscriptions. Yeah, that seems sensible. So we're going to post to subscriptions to create a new subscription. I mean, is that it? You're not. Is it trying to hit up? Do an HTTP request. This looks like unexpected in Blazon. Request body template. Interpret body as template. Okay, that is a bug for Blazon. All right, execute that. Body. All right, I think I'm gonna have to just use curl for this today. All right. Well, it is. Connection refused. Something's not set up the way I thought. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm probably exposing this as a different port. Ports, there's no ports. Well, that would do it. All right, 32768, let's try that. Okay, that's at least working. Uh, how do I actually rebuild this? Stop that. Stop container. Delete it. And going insane here. I think I might just have to recreate everything. Ticker service failing. Yes. 404 out of the ticker service. That's fine. Okay. So what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to add a couple more routes in here because this is going to be too difficult to debug just using the debugger. So it would be sensible for me to add, for example, a get on here so that I can more easily see which queues are registered and things like that. So configured queues like that. Configure that. Const get configured queues. Remotely right. What does this do? Okay, we read out of here. We'll do an export const get configured queues. Looks fair. I don't fully trust it. So what are we doing? We're trying to find keys that match that. I assume this is correct form, correct syntax for Redis. Then for each of the keys, we're going to get it. No, this is not what I want. Because this will potentially get the actual queue data out, which is too much data. Well, let's do that for now. So we'll actually pull out the data and we'll return it. All right, so get I've got a name conflict here. Great, but find get queues, yeah, because we need to import that. All right. What is this going to do? That restart the service? I hope so. Yep, that just restarted the entity service. Sure we can get to the service, we can, and then I should be able to say use. Fair enough. It's complaining that complaining about. Can't read properties of null. Ah, let's just get this in here. Docker Compose entity service debugged. Expecting to get a breakpoint there. Am I not getting a breakpoint? Definitely debugging. I mean, can I hit a breakpoint while I'm configuring the routes, or have I got something broken with my Yeah, I can definitely hit that breakpoint. Oh, I wonder if the issue here is that this getter here is conflicting with this one. That is totally it. Now, I presume that I can fix that just by changing the order of these. So, yeah, if I move these up, and hello to whoever that is that joined, I presume, on YouTube, it looks like. Okay, that worked this time. Better? That, however, does not. Oh, because I need to. This is not how you return from a route. We need to do a res.status okay dot JSON that. What's happened there? That looks good. Excellent. So I can see that the queues are being configured correctly. So next, I need to implement the whole WebSockety stuff. Been kind of putting off for I don't know what's it been 2.5 months. um, so this is the endpoint that the clients call to start being fed the responses on each tick. need to rename the ticker service, I think, given it no longer does ticks. Ticks are now going to be managed by the entity service. A lot of my services are getting very inaccurately named. Fairly normal as the responsibilities become clearer and clearer. All right. Use ID subscriptions. I'm going to have to look up how WebSocket works again, because web overview. Get a sequence diagram for how WebSockets work. Is this what I want? This is not what I want. My own picture on the other screen, which are very, very distracting. I'll get rid of that. I just want to see how a WebSocket gets created. WebSocket mechanism. Let's try this one. So we do a TCP connect. The server requests an upgrade, and then they talk. I can't remember the name of this protocol in here, but it's a framing protocol that WebSocket sits on top, or that sits on top of WebSocket. So in this example, they are calling get/chat. The server responds with a 101 upgrade. Okay. So I should be able to hit up this endpoint directly just using curl. Hello, Griffic. Welcome back. Yeah, sorry I've been gone so long. It's I've been insanely busy. I've got more time on my hands now, which is good. And yeah, apologies, Griffic, for not getting you that key. If you're still interested in it, I can get that to you later today. So do let me know if you still want that. All right, let's hit up curl. Let's go use ID. So I should be able to do /AI agents /subscriptions. Ah, hello, Metalstorm. Everyone's arriving at the same time. And I get a 404 by the looks of things. Why? I mean, I assume it's not just something silly like that, is it? No, it can't be, because definitely has to be entities. I mean, let's just try putting /foo on here. Yes, it has been a long time, Metalstorm. It's good to be streaming again. I thought I was going to forget how to stream, but I managed to get everything going, which is nice. I unfortunately left the code here in a pretty nasty state though, which is it's never nice coming back to a project like this if it's in a bad state, but we'll get there. I'm clearly misunderstanding something about how WebSockets get configured here, because this is not working. Always leave your code nasty. Save surprises, I guess, if you always do it. Yeah, I did manage to work out pretty quickly where things were at. So this is the work where the responsibility for processing ticks are moving from the increasingly inaccurately named ticker service into the entity service. So the ticker service now just subscribes to the entity service, which then sends through all the entities on each tick. That means that I'll be able to spread the load more easily. So to do that, I need WebSockets. And I don't seem to be able to get WebSockets to work. I assume I need to put an actual, like an app dot get /foo. And then I need to somehow get this to upgrade the request. I'm not using SSL. So I think the issue here is this Express WebSockets library. I think that the .ws method really just handles the upgrade. So I think in here I need to do like a res.status how do I do it? Well, let's just do that for now, just so I can see that working. I will just Google this in a moment. Well, that's not a good sign. I'm getting a... Ah, that 404 is not coming out of... Shouldn't need to. I think I know what's going on then. I think the issue is this is perhaps getting swallowed by something else. So what I can do in here, the reason this /foo isn't working is because my Nginx is not proxying that through. So it's easy enough for me to just add in here that doesn't look valid. Is that meant to be a hash? Yeah. Okay, so that should at least proxy the request through. Still, I'm getting a 404. Oh, I might need to restart the API service. Services, API, restart. Bad gateway. Why am I getting a bad gateway? Connection refused. That suggests that my entity service is stopped. That progress though. Um, Putting that in just so that I can get this to do anything. Gateway. No? Okay, so that works. So something is definitely wrong with the way I'm doing this. Now, I do remember I had issues getting ExpressWS playing nicely with TypeScript. Is it the async function? Is in this? That shouldn't make it 404, should it? I mean, it's possible. Um, yeah, okay. So I'm probably missing a bunch of code here, but I wouldn't expect it to 404. I mean, it's possible that's how they've implemented it. I'll go and just grab some code from some random place on the internet. Just wait to start replying. Bad gateway. Oh, my app just crashed. All right, I'm just going to grab some code. All right, I'm going to steal your code there, Graphic. Thank you. Socket on message. WS, I presume that is. Express post tracking, that's what I want to search for. I'm doing Express WS sample. Oh, this does not look like fully Express WS. Hash. Okay, so that looks fair. Code appears to be running. Express 417 and WS4. I will check my versions in a second. Still getting a 404. I do remember having to do something really flaky in here to get this to not complain. I just can't remember exactly what it is. It's okay. That's their type. Um, seem to remember having to set a type manually or something, but I'm not doing that. All right, let's check the versions. Yarn lock. Um, all right, package.json. Where is Express? Right, so I'm using a later version. What is the latest version? 502. So I am using the latest version. Currently. It's old. That has me concerned. Is this actually popular? All right, full sample. It's got some middleware there. They've got a get on slash. Hello, $2. I think you're a random guy, aren't you? Welcome back. Um, and this is exactly what I'm doing, isn't it? Oh, except I don't have the get. Hold on a second. Important, make sure you set up Express WS module like the above before loading or defining your routes. Um, Okay. Let's just make sure I'm doing something like this. I am. Kind of, except I don't do anything with the result of this. Neither do they. Okay. After setting up ExpressWS, you'll be able to add WebSocket routes almost the same way you add any other routes. Yeah, am I? Yeah, not using SSL at the moment. Um, uh, Hence action at a circus. I like it. Yeah, I'm also ignoring the whole HTTPS thing at the moment, and hoping it magically goes away because I've got my this service will always be HTTP because it's accessed through a proxy. But the proxy to service connection is just going to be HTTP. There's no benefit for me to use HTTPS there. Yeah, sorry, Two-Box. Still no devlog. Um, I mean, am I misunderstanding how WebSockets work? Because do I need to set another header or something like that to tell it that I want it to go through as a WebSocket? I think that's probably going to be it. Because how else would this work? If it has a get handler and a WS handler, then my connect script is literally just doing a get. But I thought that's how WebSockets got started. I thought you just did a get and then it sent through an upgrade. Ah, I bet you this is it. Let me just try this. I think I need upgrade WebSocket and connection upgrade. Yeah. Streaming today, I don't imagine it'll be a huge stream, probably another hour. Griffith, use new WebSocket. Sorry, where's that, Griffith? Um, oh, there's a new WebSocket library. Um, oh, Griffith, I'm trying to just demonstrate the upgrade step from the command line, just using uh, yeah, just using curl, just so that I can see the upgrade attempt. Because under the covers, you know, regardless of which library you're using, the um, the client should just do a GET request, and then the server should respond with an upgrade, a 101 upgrade response. So here's the sequence diagram for how the handshake happens. So this is the bit I'm trying to fake. I mean, does curl have a WebSocket mode? That would make things a lot easier. Test a WebSocket using curl. This is what I want. Yeah, I'd say this is going to do it. So let's do that, except this is going to be 8080/foo. No, it's still getting a 404. Um, I don't have an origin, so let's just get rid of that. Still a 404. Yeah, I should just be able to do a get. I'm not sure why this isn't working. I mean, apparently this is, I wonder if this is an actual service. I presume it is. Let's just try this one. Let's just do a -D on this. Oops, that's D minus. Uh, the WS prefix is only a client-side thing. And it's really just telling it to set up all of the, um, to set up the upgrade. But from Perl, I don't think it should make a difference. I mean, if I come in here, let's just try this example, but I'm going to get rid of this line here. I can just get any old WebSocket to work. Doesn't have to be mine. https:// oh no, it's just that. I need the -D. Here we go. This is an Okay, that's not what I want. Oh, okay, echo.websocket.org is no longer available. Um, oh yeah, let's try this. This looks nice and easy. Not going to like that port number, is it? Oh, that was okay already. Yeah, okay. Um, okay, and then I want to connect to that. Okay, here we have what I'm expecting to see. Okay, so at least I have a working test. I don't think the WS should, like, I don't think I need the extension, do I? That would be annoying, but that would explain it. Okay, let's go um, slash /ws /foo, for example. That is not found. Oh, but .ws I'm not forwarding. Okay, hang on. So let's change my Nginx configuration to also pass through .ws, which is not ideal, but that. Oh, I need to restart service. Really fix my configuration to somehow cause Nginx to restart when the configuration changes. It would save me a lot of bugs. 404 not found. Um, hmm. For SWS curl sample. Isn't this frustrating? Express WS, after making it right, and how can I call WSN? I mean, I assume, yeah, I tried /foo/.ws, I think. I think that was the last one. Yeah, that's the last one I tried. I don't think I tried it without the slash, but I doubt that's it. No. I mean, I know this isn't using Express WS, but I'm wondering if something's running on a different port or something like that. Now, how would I get... Oh, no, well, it's not running on a different port. Where do they do their upgrading here? Broadcast that. All right, so they're not calling socket on. Is that their issue, though? Okay, here they get Express WS. Yep, they do that. I don't know what that other person's talking about with. Oh, yeah, okay. So this answer looks like they've kind of missed point a bit, but I'm seeing something useful in here. Okay, I'm jumping all over the place here. I think that Griffith is probably right, that this is one of the things I was missing. But I've got that in there now. But my concern now is I'm trying to do this kind of non-TypeScripty thing. The only reason I don't want to connect from a browser console is I have zero faith that it will work given the endpoint is 404ing. And the curl just gives me more control over it. So because I've got this working test case, which is this one here, yeah, I'm not sure how to test this same thing. I mean, I could get, yeah, I'd have to work out, I'd have to be calling fetch or something from the command line, from the console. So I'd rather just use curl. But like in here, if I do I don't even know how to. Even do it. Fetch dot. Um, Chrome console WebSocket network tab. Oh yeah, okay. So I just go to WebSockets. Okay, so if I just go to this URL, for example, I don't think this will actually work. So if I come in here, oh, I can go WS, can't I? Uh, exit. This has not worked. No, it's yeah, okay. And then if I do a WS in here, yeah, I'm not even sure how to get Chrome to do a WebSocket. Do you happen to know that, Griffith? Fonts, headers. I mean, this does seem to be sending stuff over a WebSocket. But the problem is I can't see the details of what's going on in here. So if I go to, oh, thank you. Server.onOpen. But that's not gonna, like, I need to give it a URL, right? Also, I need to create a new socket. Yeah, but in the head here, Griffith, so I've got a 200 OK. I'm trying to debug the handshake. So this is hiding the handshake from me, or I'm not getting it um, to work properly. Yeah, this looks to me like we're actually getting a 200. Like, for example, if I just call out to here and do -d minus, and then paste this, I think we're going to get a 200. And yeah, you can see the 200 in here. Yeah, the problem is this is not doing the actual handshake. So this is not a WebSocket. This is doing something else. Well, it's a web page that's then establishing a WebSocket or something. But yeah, I can't. There was something somewhere about. Oh, hang on, WS. Okay, hang on a second. I can't see any WebSocket requests. Yeah, I just don't know what's going on there. All it's WS. It's got a 200. And I have zero idea what this is actually doing. This is some page that they've got embedded in the. But yeah, this is just a standard web page load that it's doing here. But it's the actual handshake I'm trying to debug. So I will stick with curl just because it does let me test this handshake portion of it. What I believe is going on though, all of the sample code does it doesn't do this here, and the reason I have to do this is I can't do app.ws, which is what they suggest in the documentation. And I think that what I'm actually going to do is doing here ws app equals that. Now, what I believe I can do in here is ws app.app.ws. I think that that's going to cause it to call I mean, the code is neater than what I was doing. And I'm hoping that this is enough to trick it into passing everything through. Let's just try it. Restart. No, I don't need to restart anything because the entity service did just restart. Oh, the stream's dead. I don't think it's at my end. Yeah, I think that was something on your end, Griffic. I don't have any dropped frames, so yeah. I had forgotten about the technical difficulties I had towards the end of last year with the stream dropping out, but hopefully, I believe that was an issue with Restream. Hopefully they've fixed whatever that was. Okay. It's still not right. Yeah, so something is preventing it from getting into here. I wonder if it's because this code here is getting called too late. What I'll do is I'll actually put a configure WebSockets in here. That would be nice if it were that simple. That does not belong in here. That is meant to be down here. In fact, this seems really plausible because of this line here. I think this has to happen before I actually do any configuration. This still might not be early enough, but let's just give it a go. My server has crashed. I think I should put an error handler in as well, because I have very little faith that this is even, like, I don't know that this is coming from the entity service. I mean, this could be coming out of Nginx, right? So I'll quickly throw in an error handler, Express 404 handler. How do I handle? Just do something like that. Custom 404. Okay, so this is definitely coming from this service. Let's then try configuring this from slightly earlier. Yeah, I can't do it much earlier. Create server do. I mean, I could add a new configuration in here and do like server config. I don't know, configure WebSockets or something. Um, um, oh, that's no good. PC unhappy. My management console can still see me. Yep, that looks. My management console and just make sure that I can see the stream. Yeah, mine seems to be working fine. I think that was YouTube. Yes, that is. Twitch also looks fine. Okay. So let's just make sure that this is actually going to figure these by saying, I don't know, log.info figuring WebSockets. Bugger. Configuring WebSockets. Okay, so that has actually configured. And what was that? Oh, 404, damn it. It was too good to be true. Okay, at this point it has to be something really stupid. Really, really stupid. Still don't have a name for the game. And project plan, I don't have anything kind of with times on it because my time's too difficult to predict. Uh, as much as I'd love to be able to do this full time, it doesn't pay the bills, unfortunately. In terms of roadmap, yeah, the my goal is to kind of get things to a point where I can test the basic game loop of gathering resources with monsters attacking. So I want to get people into the game just to do something like chop down trees or something like that, and fight off. I don't know if it'll be trolls or something else. So you have to find copses of trees and collect those resources. Um, the While I don't really have a way to make the resource gathering compelling at the moment, because you'd need a whole economy or something off the end of that. I do want to know if the combat can be compelling. So I need to find a way of faking making the resource collection compelling. Community poll to figure out the name. No idea. I don't know what I'll do with the name. Names are a little bit funny because if I do ever want to commercialize the game, I need to be just a little bit careful with how the name's generated. It's too easy to run into let's say legal issues if the community has too much say in the name. Uh, yeah, so I'd love to have the community have some say in it, but yeah, I need to be a little bit careful legally. Um, okay. So this is still not working. Let's comment out this stuff just in case that is causing issues. Did the server come back up? Yeah, that's all come back up. Do that. We've got a 404. I don't know. I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated. Okay. Let's just keep looking for Stack Overflow questions. Um, this looks like the same issue that I have. If their socket is automatically closing because they got a 404, that's going to be that the handshake isn't working. Their code is directly calling that app.ws. So I have to do this differently because of TypeScript, but that's okay. Do that. They've got a WS on connection and on message. I mean, yeah. From there, package doesn't let clients connect. Changes to app.js. Wait, this? I will check that channel shortly, Tuba. It's called up here. I just need to quickly. Yeah, 101 messages in stream. There we go. Um, an account. What does it want me to do? I can't even log in at the moment. Hang on a second. It's been that long since I've used this account. I use a different account on my computer for the game development to my usual development. And I have been off this account so long that apparently Discord has booted me out. Scan a QR code. Just log in. Yes, log me in. Okay. Art channel. Which menu looks better? Bring that up over here. Anything go in here? Should probably have checked that before. Yeah, I mean, this one looks, the top one I think looks, I mean, it looks more polished, but then the second one could easily, depending on the style of the game, the second one looks a bit more 8-bit, but I don't think that is the style of your game from memory. So I think I prefer the first one, as Yarichar points out. Yeah, it would be good with the icons kind of either not overlapping or overlapping more cleanly, perhaps. All right, catch you around, Griffic. I'll hopefully be streaming more over the next little while, so hopefully see you if you're not back back on this stream. Yarichar, I hoping to get your attention. Yarichar is the author of this tool, and I'm getting this here on requests, HTTP requests. Interpret body as template was checked by default, and now it is working. But I did have an issue before where it was still giving me that error. So there's something funny going on there. See if I can reproduce that. Local host :8080/entity execute request. Oh, now it works. And yeah, I don't know what's. I think that that error might have been a bit of a furphy. So yeah, I don't know how to reproduce what I saw. Maybe you fixed it while I wasn't looking. All right, so I am still not able to fix this. Oh, you'll get the error message. So it is the wrong error message, is it, Garicha? That would explain, because it could have been 404ing or 501ing. Both of those are quite possible for my test case. All right, so back to this. Okay, I have an express router defined. Router looks like this. So this is very, very, very similar to mine, but they're doing something. Well, I mean, this is clearly wrong here. What are they doing here? Is this I wish people would explain their answers, like why do you need to change this? Yes, I've already got that. I don't create a server, do I? That would also... create server. No, I don't think I do ever. Oh, hang on. What's this? I haven't two books. Sorry. I will take a look at that. The V and the T are right next to each other, Yaricha. No, wait, no, they're not. Feel free to shout it out. I have no problem with that. Yeah, the only thing I don't like is when people kind of do low effort spam. So someone that's not involved with the community at all, just posting um, yeah, just posting links to what could be malware, then no, that's not okay. But if you've made a devlog, for sure, go and shout that out. That takes actual effort, and you're involved in the community, so I have no problem with you posting a link to that. Okay. Yeah, someone at some point went and um, uh, oh no, two bucks. Yarichar is referring to you calling me Marvin because my name's Martin and thinks that I should have a new nickname. I socialize with Yarichar quite a bit in real life. Um, I think he's going to start calling me Marvin from now on. Okay. Now, um, I'm concerned that this could be part of the issue. Um, yeah, I think this is going to be it. If I move this line up to here, and then move that one, we'll add that parameter. Um, then, I don't know, what have I done here? That wasn't me, was it? It was, that's meant to be express.express, and I presume this is meant to be express.server. No. It's going to be HTTP server. Yes. Um, okay, and then I'll have another compile error over in here. Ooh, how does this work? That should be the wrong type. server is going to be http dot server server. I'm surprised I didn't get a compiler out of here because this should have been the wrong type. If I got all of this correct, that all looks right. All right, is that going to magically fix it? No, no, it's not. Ah. I mean, I'm at a complete loss now. We know we're not coming in here, right? And not, oh, we're not logging foo. Ah. All right. I'm just trying random changes now. Done. App.js. Here's something else I can kind of try potentially. I actually need that server. Let's just try it. Out. Change than I was hoping. Down here. Okay, can this just take app or something? Yes. Welcome back, Griffith. I hope your connection um, survives a bit better. Um, that. No, Graphics still don't have it working. I'm trying making random changes to my code now. It's that point of desperation. Um, um, okay, it compiles, parses, whatever we do with TypeScript. Still no. Um, stuff generally still work though. Yes, stuff generally still works. So feels like a slight improvement to my code. Okay. Out of ideas here. I mean, my other option is to kind of redo this on top of socket IO. I don't want to. But I'm really starting to run out of options. What would it look like? Um, let's try this. Um, okay, so IO gets a new server, and then on connection we do that. Catch around, Graphic. And yeah, I should be online a bit over the next while. I am going to have to finish my stream pretty soon. Uh, Now, if I go down this route, my issue is that I need to somehow get the client, I was probably going to have to do this anyway, somehow get the client to pass through parameters like, which queue they're subscribing to, which is fine. Yes, I think I'll be streaming tomorrow morning. Not sure how long for. Oh, tomorrow, yeah, I'll have to, um, yeah, I'll have to see that tomorrow, actually. I may have agreed to do something else in the morning. So maybe it'll be a later stream or it might be on Friday. Um, all right. So I do this. But one more thing I want to check, which is which version of Express am I using? Like, do I know that? Well, I know I'm on the latest version of Express WebSockets. Am I on the latest version of Express? And the reason I care is I want, yeah, I want this handler to handle the connection coming in and actually pull parameters out of like pull the QID out. So I do really want this implementation, unfortunately. Otherwise, my code is just going to get so much more complicated and it's going to be so much harder to test. Um, the notepad thing, it's really quite cool. Blazon.app. Very, very cool. Okay, which version of that? Oh, no, that's when I type into OBS, it comes up as restream because it gets sent out to both YouTube um, and Twitch at the same time. It wasn't automatic. That was yeah. I literally typed that URL. I should have done it as oops. I should have done it as an actual um, URL. So, yeah, copy and paste that into your browser. Um, and I think Yarichar would appreciate you having a playground. Um, okay, where was I? Sorry. Package.json express. Oh, wrong package. Entity service. Oh, yeah, I need to find base service package.json. Hmm. Hmm. That is suspicious. Yeah, it's a pretty impressive piece of work. Uh, and he keeps on adding more and more features. So it does one of the more couple of the more recent changes, HTTP fan out. So in response to an HTTP request response coming back, you can cause it to go and issue more requests for each like element in JSON. And then another thing that it can do is template. So um, you can have it automatically create request bodies and things like that according to a template language. You can chain HTTP requests onto, you can filter the data coming through and then display it on a map. Some pretty cool stuff you can do. And built-in diagrams, that's the one that I've been using a bit on stream. Express, WS, Express version. I want is a different. What are these problems? Someone's forked this. um, okay, I think I'm using too late a version of Express, which is pretty silly. Okay, in your screenshot. Okay. Does my stuff now just completely fail? Probably. I need to find a way of confirming which version of Express I have now. Um, um, a bit of bash magic, Z shell magic about to come up. I think that should just give me a list of node modules directories. Wow, that's a lot of node modules directories. I can safely get rid of all of those. And then rerun yarn. Bring down Docker. And then rerun Docker. Okay, so that should have everything restarted using what is hopefully version of Express. It's -L. .18.2. Okay, I'm definitely on the correct version of Express. That's not a good sign. Oh, okay, something didn't come up. What? API didn't come up. RX and TX didn't come up. What's the deal? That's the stuff I'm working on fixing at the moment. That looks up. RX. Yeah. Uh, Unexpected. Um, well, it shouldn't be pulling that in from there. This was never correct. Uh, Bit of a worry. So I shouldn't have this redis.ts file here. I should be calling this from base services. I have no idea how this was even working. Service. Okay, ticker exists. Oh, okay, yeah. Um, there we go. I should probably improve the way that I import modules from other places. I mean, it's going to just check whether or not I can, in fact, do that. Yeah, that appears to work. That's much cleaner. I'd rather not have the slash source there, but I believe there is a way that I can configure it to not do that anymore. But if this is working, then great. All right, TX, yep, let's restart that service. Hopefully, yep, excellent. That one's working. The receiver is working. I've only got one of them running at the moment. That's all right. API is the one that's missing. Let's start that, and I should hopefully have a working server cluster. Come back in here, try doing that, and it didn't fix the problem. All right. All right, I am going to have to finish up the stream here. I've got a couple of other things I need to sort out. It looks like I am going to have to replace this to try using Socket.io. The more I look at this, well, this code just here, the more I think this approach wasn't going to work anyway. What I wanted was to pass this ID through into this function, but I'm not sure whether or not I can do that. So what I'll have to do instead is I'll have to get rid of this colon ID and we'll just connect to some sort of a separate WebSocket server. Yeah, what's up, box? And then the client will need to send through a frame to say which ID it's interested in subscribing to. So that can be what I work on next stream. You'll need to type your question there, box. Dashing? I don't know what dashing is. no idea what dashing is, sorry. A leader in the execution and simplification of retail campaigns. I don't think that. Cost. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I will check out your devlog toolbox. Um, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, the dashing mechanic in games. Yeah, that can be a lot of fun. All right. So yeah, I'll check out your devlog, and I'll need to confirm my availability, and we'll let everyone know when the next stream will be based on that. But it'll either be tomorrow morning my time, tomorrow afternoon my time, or Friday morning my time. It'll be one of those. So yeah, I'm finishing up the stream here, and I will be working on the moving this code across to socket.io, and hoping that that works, because otherwise I'm going to be all out of ideas. So until next time, catch you all around.